All right, so we have to get into this. Enough's enough. Are y'all trying to bully Caitlin Clark at this point? Y'all are running around acting like a bunch of bullies right now, and it is out of pocket. It's out of line. We have got to get into it. Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, Becky Hammond. It sounds like y'all threatening Caitlin Clark at All-Star Weekend. It sounds like a threat. Y'all trying to punk her. Y'all trying to bully. Oh, no, we gonna have us talk. We gonna have.
The sports establishment didn't simply lose control of the game. Tonight, the entire corporate hierarchy appeared to suffer a stunning collapse behind closed doors. In what can only be described as a historic explosion of unbelievable talent, one generational superstar dropped 14 incredible points in less than 2 minutes, completely dismantling the opposing defense and leaving the entire arena in total disbelief. But while the crowd erupted in celebration, the broadcast cameras may have missed the real battle unfolding away from the spotlight. Veteran stars and major league figures, seemingly unable to process the dominance happening right in front of them, reportedly became overwhelmed by the intensity of the moment. What began as fierce competitive frustration quickly escalated into a heated confrontation that has now sent shockwaves through the highest levels of Team USA and the Wnba. To understand the sheer level of concern spreading throughout the league, you have to examine the exact moment that historic 2-minute avalanche began. The game was tied, the atmosphere was suffocating, and the opposing coaching staff had designed a defensive strategy specifically to disrupt her rhythm. They trapped her near half-court, pressured her aggressively, and tried to force difficult decisions and costly mistakes. But elite genius does not fold under conventional pressure. Instead of backing down, she stepped beyond the arc and unleashed a rapid-fire sequence of ice-cold three-pointers and spectacular full-court passes that completely shattered a championship-caliber defense in a matter of seconds. The stadium became a pressure cooker. Every possession felt like another crushing blow to the old guard. The defense appeared completely overwhelmed, the opposing bench sat stunned, and the arena erupted with an unbelievable level of energy. This wasn't simply a hot shooting streak or a fortunate bounce. It was calculated, relentless execution built on pure tactical brilliance. She transformed a tight contest into a complete rout, proving that traditional defensive schemes can become completely ineffective against a player operating on an entirely different level.
To the black lesbians and Asia Wilson. Wow. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Before we get into this, folks, what's going on in the WNBA when it comes to fans talking shit, being mean, saying not nice things? It happens in all sports leagues. These women are just so emotional and so soft, they can't handle it. They've been begging for 30 years, I want attention, but only good attention. As soon as they get that attention, ooh, this is too much attention. Too many people are saying mean things. Too many people are calling me trash. Too many people are saying I can't make layups. Oh my gosh, that person called me a mean name. They're flipping out. They're going cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And now they're saying, Kathy Engelbert, you have to do something. Pothole6627 is saying not nice things to me on Twitter. Kathy, say something, please. Oh no. Oh no. A random person. Oh, the horror. Chelsea Gray thinks that because she aired this person out, it's going to make people think twice.
But when the final buzzer sounded and the broadcast team began closing out the routine post-game coverage, the real drama was reportedly just beginning beyond the arena's security doors. According to emerging reports from inside the venue, tensions between Major League veterans and the rising superstar reached a boiling point after the game, with frustration reportedly growing over the level of dominance displayed on the international stage. Aja Wilson, visibly frustrated and struggling to hide her emotions, allegedly approached the superstar during the post-game walkout and delivered a firm warning, "We need to talk." The tension inside that narrow hallway reportedly became so intense that arena security and venue personnel moved in quickly to keep the heated exchange from escalating further. What makes the situation even more controversial is the reaction that followed, with questions now being raised about whether the league's influential figures attempted to calm the situation or whether certain actions and statements only added to the growing tension. This is no longer being viewed as a simple moment of competitive frustration. It has become a developing controversy, raising serious questions about the pressure surrounding the league's biggest stars and the powerful forces operating behind the scenes.
We had that conversation, so that's what we're gonna do.
Wait a minute, So at All-Star, we have to have a conversation. Who you got to have a conversation with? Who you got to have a conversation with? Caitlin Clark already said what she said. She's already come out and denounced it. She came up and spoke up for black women during her rookie season. She was trying to get y'all paid more money behind the scenes during her rookie season. She spoke out against it again after the Alyssa Thomas situation. What more is there for her to say?
Legacy coaching figures like Becky Hammon reportedly added fuel to the controversy, appearing to defend the confrontation and justify the intense response that followed. Instead of emphasizing professionalism, sportsmanship, and composure, the leadership appeared to protect the established stars who were struggling to accept the arrival of a younger phenomenon capable of commanding the spotlight. The carefully manufactured image of unity that public relations teams had maintained for years seemed to collapse in a matter of moments, exposing what critics describe as a deeply divided culture beneath the surface. A culture where veteran stars and influential gatekeepers appear to believe they should have the authority to decide who gets attention, who must remain in the background, and who is allowed to become the face of the next era. But history never waits for permission. True greatness cannot be controlled by committees protected by tradition or held back by people desperate to preserve influence that is already beginning to fade. When a new superstar changes the entire conversation through undeniable performance, no established system can permanently keep that spotlight away.
That ain't gonna happen.
That we love, that we work so hard to do. But it's just a certain division that needs to be brought to everyone's attention and understanding that, no, this is something that's been going on. And it's just getting to a point where it's like, all right, now enough is enough. I think there's
enough is enough, man. Enough is enough, man. Yeah. Yeah, enough is enough.
a larger conversation that needs to be had that is really above us. And I think that is the part that we really need to get to. So hopefully at All-Star, we can have an opportunity and a conversation because at this time, we something needs to change.
At All-Star, they want to have an opportunity and a conversation. That's what I was alluding to in the beginning. They're going to walk into Caitlin Clark's room. They're gonna knock on the door. Caitlin Clark's gonna open the door to her hotel room. She's gonna peek through it, and there's gonna be that, that sliding thing on the door, and all there's gonna be is like the chain. And she's gonna peek through and say, "Oh shit!" She's gonna try to close the door, and then all the players at one time, Brittany Griner, Asia Wilson, they're all gonna just, "Oh, let me in. They're gonna bum rush her. They're gonna bum rush into that room, and they're gonna tie Caitlin Clark up to a chair. They're gonna tell Caitlin Clark, "You're not leaving this room until you come out and you denounce those pesky."
Now let the full weight of this moment settle over the league's executives in New York and the network producers responsible for massive broadcasting deals. According to circulating reports, urgent meetings were allegedly held late into the night as senior officials attempted to prepare for the media storm that could follow. Speculation quickly spread that serious discussions were taking place behind the scenes regarding national team selections, with unconfirmed claims suggesting that disciplinary consequences could even be considered for members of elite international squads such as Team USA after the heated verbal confrontation. The league's powerful decision-makers now face an increasingly difficult situation because they understand that fans are no longer accepting carefully packaged corporate explanations without question. For months, mainstream sports coverage attempted to frame questionable on-court behavior as nothing more than competitive intensity, tough love, or a normal part of rookie adjustment. But fans are paying attention. They are noticing the inconsistencies, questioning the double standards, and looking beyond the carefully controlled narratives being presented to them. The smokescreen is beginning to disappear, and the public is demanding answers that polished press statements can no longer easily provide.
Because at this time, we something needs to change. It's actually disgusting. So I'm glad that Chelsea had an opportunity to speak up and had an opportunity to show that what we...
It's interesting that you're the one saying it's disgusting, Asia, because your close people and your fans were the ones that were saying Nafisa Collier is not black enough because she dates a white man. Those were your fans. Your fans. So I hope when you want to have this talk in this meeting, you address your fans. Your fans, when Nafisa Collier was winning the MVP race last year before she hurt her ankle, your fans were blasting her, saying she's not black enough, she's dating a white man, and all of this stuff. Your fans was being racist. Your fans been online being racist toward Caitlin Clark. I hope you got something to say about your damn fans. I hope so.
We've been going through, and we're going to continue to go through until we have that conversation. So that's what we're going to do.
I mean, just any of that behavior is not acceptable. And we need more companies to step up and do what Hilton did. You know, you're free to be a bigot and ignorant. You're also free to pay the consequences. And I think it's just a lot of times it's too easy to hide behind phones. And I'd rather people show up and be.
Okay, so she's saying she wants more people to do what Hilton did. Hilton fired the guy who said what he said to Chelsea Gray. How are you going to fire people? And that's fine with me. That's fine. Whatever. That's cool.
They see officials appearing to ignore dangerous contact around the head and face, while an outdated establishment seems determined to protect its preferred icons from being overshadowed by a force that is rapidly changing the history of the sport. The league's entire commercial strategy now appears to be facing a serious credibility problem created by its own contradictions. Major sponsors that invested millions in promoting established stars are watching the center of attention shift dramatically toward one generational phenomenon. Every sold-out arena, every record-breaking audience, and every piece of merchandise generating massive demand continues to reinforce the same reality. Her name has become one of the most powerful forces in the sport. The decision-makers in the front office believed they could benefit from her enormous popularity while quietly refusing to fully embrace the influence she brought with her. But that strategy is no longer sustainable. You cannot build your business around an athlete's unmatched brilliance, profit from the attention she creates, and then allow an environment to develop that appears hostile toward her success. Eventually, the audience notices the contradiction, and once the fans begin questioning the entire system, no polished corporate message can easily put the genie back in the bottle.
Knock it off, man. Y'all claim y'all don't want fans, but y'all claim all her fans are racist, but y'all want to reap the benefits and collect more money from her fans, right? So which one is it? Y'all want to have your fucking cake and eat it too, and it's not going down. Like, stop it.
Been in touch with the league about this, and if so, have they offered their support?
I've talked to I think I just saw on my phone there's maybe a couple messages, but not directly, no. Silence is just agreeance, or sometimes silence is that you just don't want to ruffle feathers, but then you're neglecting a certain population that's actually getting affected by it. So the ball is in their court. I've done my job. I will continue to do my job. My teammates will too. And it's all part of a bigger systemic racism issue, and that's how it shows up for us as Black athletes.
I don't think people quite understand that. I think they see us in uniforms and think, oh, you're just supposed to deal with it. Go for it. Absolutely not. We're still human. We are women that walk this world every single day, trying our best to get to the next level. So it's heartbreaking to see those things happen, but it's also heartwarming when you have a franchise that's behind you 100%.
Obviously, there's a lot of eyeballs on what we do now. But I'd rather shed light on cockroaches and let them scatter and get out. Old fans, new fans, there's just no place for it in women's basketball or in society in general. So
I agree. I'm not like once again, I'm not with racism. I'm not with people being a homophobe. I don't care what you're into. But at the end of the day, y'all are labeling an entire fan base racist. Bro, Chelsea Gray was getting crazy messages a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and there's plenty of comments showing the date where it had nothing to do with the Caitlin Clark or Indiana Fever game. And I think it's really, really shady and janky that y'all waited. The
sports establishment didn't simply lose control of the game tonight. The entire corporate hierarchy appeared to suffer a stunning collapse behind closed doors. In what can only be described as a historic explosion of unbelievable talent, one generational superstar dropped 14 incredible points in less than 2 minutes, completely dismantling the opposing defense and leaving the entire arena in total disbelief. But while the crowd erupted in celebration, the broadcast cameras may have missed the real battle unfolding away from the spotlight. Veteran stars and major league figures, seemingly unable to process the dominance happening right in front of them, reportedly became overwhelmed by the intensity of the moment. What began as fierce competitive frustration quickly escalated into a heated confrontation that has now sent shockwaves through the highest levels of Team USA and the Wnba. To understand the sheer level of concern spreading throughout the league, you have to examine the exact moment that historic 2-minute avalanche began. The game was tied. The atmosphere was suffocating. And the opposing coaching staff had designed a defensive strategy specifically to disrupt her rhythm. They trapped her near half court, pressured her aggressively, and tried to force difficult decisions and costly mistakes. But elite genius does not fold under conventional pressure. Instead of backing down, she stepped beyond the arc and unleashed a rapid-fire sequence of ice-cold three-pointers and spectacular full-court passes that completely shattered a championship-caliber defense in a matter of seconds. The stadium became a pressure cooker. Every possession felt like another crushing blow to the old guard. The defense appeared completely overwhelmed, the opposing bench sat stunned, and the arena erupted with an unbelievable level of energy. This wasn't simply a hot shooting streak or a fortunate bounce. It was calculated, relentless execution built on pure tactical brilliance. She transformed a tight contest into a complete rout, proving that traditional defensive schemes can become completely ineffective against a player operating on an entirely different level. The public reaction to this All-Star Weekend controversy has erupted into an extraordinary media firestorm across platforms around the world. Millions of fans have flooded comment sections, pushed the story across social media, and demanded accountability from the officials and decision-makers they believe failed to properly manage the situation. The critics who spent the past year trying to minimize her achievements are now running out of explanations. How can anyone continue denying her influence when her presence alone has transformed the entire conversation around the sport and placed unprecedented attention on every game she plays?